this comment reminded me that I actually had to make a video about this. Not specifically about this topic, but I wanted to make a game and see how many visits or likes or earnings I could get from a relatively low effort game. I'm a pretty big fan of Chicago, which is also why I made a video where I created UGCs from the show and tried to sell them to see if I could earn some Robux. It's a pretty short video, but if you're interested in seeing it, go on my page and watch it, or click in the top right here. And because I'm a pretty big fan of the show, I thought it might be a nice idea to look into finding something relating this topic, that being Chicago. So I started looking into other games using this theme. That's when I found this game, a pretty basic, like pretty normal themed Obby. What was really surprising to me was the player count and the visit count. I played it. It's a good game. No hate to the person who made it. But it's pretty basic, a pretty basic themed Obby, nothing special. So I thought, you know what, I was gonna try and make an Obby too. So I started making the Obby, and quickly I realized that an Obby actually takes quite a bit of time. But I powered through. The thing that took the most was probably making all the obstacles. But I really focused on trying to make it look more appealing and have something unique. That being in my Obby, there would be every 10 stages a little spot where you could sit and take a picture with the character, giving some kind of incentive for the player to continue playing it, as well as I made sure that all the characters are animated, which was something I had not done before, but it was pretty easy to just make a simple idle animation. So when I'd done all that, I was ready to release it. But before I decided to release it, of course I had to add some kind of way to earn some Robux. And one of the ways I did that was I added the classic rainbow carpet, or magic carpet, or whatever you want to call it, as well as trails. Trails is one of those things that I just put really cheap, as it doesn't really add anything to the game other than cosmetic. And the rainbow carpet I decided to put in for 150. No, sorry, 100 Robux. As well as later I decided to make it so that you were able to buy the characters and equip them like a bundle from my game, so I could earn some commission on that. So it's been about 2 months since I released my Obby, and one of the first things I did when I released it was advertising. Because the honest truth is, if you make a game and you don't have an audience, your game going viral or your game gaining players is really small without advertising. Advertising is almost a necessity in today's Roblox. So I advertised for about 20 days, and the reason for that is that's about how long it takes for the algorithm to pick up. And an important thing is to try and have at least a couple players on at all times during those 20 days. I advertised about $75, and the first couple dollars was just testing and seeing what player base really enjoyed playing my game and who played from the ads. After those 20 days, how many visits did I get? Well, I got about 15,000 visits and had around 2 or 3, sometimes 1 player concurrently at all times in those 20 days. So you're wondering, where am I now? How many visits did I end up getting? Did the Roblox algorithm end up picking up? Well, let's see. So as you can see here, let's even refresh so we get the full updated data. The Obby ended up getting over 300,000 visits, a bit over 8,000 favorites, etc, etc, and is concurrently having around 26 players. So it did really well for me, plus my previous biggest game had around 60,000 visits, I think. So let's go into the statistics, shall we? So if we look in the last 56 days player wise, you can see that in the start it was really slow and not that many visits, but then suddenly it popped off. That was after those around 20 days of advertising when the algorithm picked up. And after that I started getting around 10-12,000 visits a day, and at the peak of it all I had around 150 concurrent players at all times throughout the day. But of course, as you can see, it's been slowly tapering off a bit. Now I'm getting around 5,000 visits a day, and on average I have around 30 concurrent players, which is still good, don't get me wrong. Now let's get into the interesting statistics, the revenue. Sadly, it is an Obby and Obbies tend to not earn that much Robux just because there's just not as much monetization you can do. There's the classic skip stage, and in my case trails, and I even found another revenue source, which is the selling the bundles. So you can see I earned around 38,000 Robux over the span of these last 2 months, which is okay for an Obby, but of course not that much, especially if you think about it. I use 75 euros to advertise it. So I earned the money back. I did end up earning money actually, if you calculate it, but it's not anything crazy. You can see here my best selling pass was the rainbow carpet, which I earned a bit over 10,000 Robux from, which is okay, but yeah, nothing super crazy, and then a bit here and there from the trails. And it's just about the same story for the bundles that I was selling. It was a bit of extra Robux, which is really nice in the grand scheme of things, but again, no crazy earnings. Some extra Robux here and there. Now this section is really interesting. It's a creator reward section. The thing that is replacing the premium payouts, which I'm not sure how to feel about yet, but looking at this graph, I think it says that I can expect 60,000 Robux paid out. I'm not exactly sure how it works yet. From my understanding, it takes around 60 days for it to start paying out, and I have not reached that yet. So I don't exactly know how much I'm actually gonna get. If this is accurate, the number as I said, if it is, it's really nice because it's double as much as I earn from the passes, the skip stage, etc. And it greatly improves how much I actually earn from this Obby, bringing the total to almost 100,000 if this is the real amount of Robux that I'm gonna get paid out, which I don't know yet. So how much did I earn in total? If we assume that I'm gonna get those 60,000 Robux paid out from the creator rewards, then I've gotten around 98,000 Robux, which if you put that and convert it into real money using DevX, is around $340. Now, we should subtract that with the amount I used on ads because I did use money, but even after subtracting that, I'm still left with $267 profit. And that pretty much sums up the video. If you enjoyed this video, please do consider subscribing. It would be very much appreciated. And if you have any suggestions to future videos, leave it in the comments, or any other ideas. Let me know. So yeah, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.